Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Flip and Customize. And today, I guess it would be called episode 2, because originally the first one was just buying this 93 S10 completely stock California truck. Today we're going to troubleshoot and figure out where the major exhaust leak is coming from around the header. Could be the header itself. So we're going to fire this up, get it in the shop, and take a look at it. Long story behind this one is we picked it up on Marketplace. I certainly didn't need it, but it's really clean as far as being rotted out. It's very little rust. It came from California. It's only been here for 3 years. It's been off the road for a year. It needs a lot of mechanical work, but we're going to probably hang on to this thing and keep it as another shop truck. Lower it down, keep that patina rat rod look going. It's going to be pretty cool when we're done. So this episode 1 or 2 here, we just got to get this thing not leaking so bad, and then we have all kinds of other stuff and goodies to throw at it as far as tune-up stuff goes before we get into some modifications.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a stream who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out.
What's the matter?
There's no gas pedal.
We got a gas stick and the headliner's coming down. So I got my boy Evan out here today. He's going to college and he's going to follow in his father's footsteps and become a hands-on mechanic. So let's fire it up. If it fires up, we might need a booster pack. It's been raining, snowing, ice. Huh?
Ready?
Yeah, fire it. We're going to pump it.
I did pump it.
Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Hold it.
Flash.
All right, so yeah, it needs a tune-up. Battery's not cranking it over fast enough. It's 30 degrees outside. Let me grab the booster. Told you it's loud. You can't really see where it's coming from. I think it's under the air conditioner, so we gotta dig into this. It sounds like just the exhaust donut where the manifold or header connects to the Y pipe or single pipe on this thing. But I don't think it is. I was able to feel up around there and burn the crap out of my hand, and it wasn't leaking there. So today we're gonna get inside, pull the intake off, pull the AC pump out of the way. Well, Evan's gonna do it all, and then we can get a better look at this thing. Maybe the manifold's cracked. All right, so like I said, prior to this, I've had this truck in here on the lift and kind of given it a once-over as well, looking at the rust and stuff, and it checked for exhaust leaks, and really, honestly, couldn't find anything major for exhaust leaks, so it's definitely up here underneath all this. So Evan's getting it lined up on the lift, then he's going to pull the intake, pull the belt off, which we have a new belt for it anyway, and systematically disassemble this so we can get a better look at the manifold and start it again and hopefully find the problem. All right, since we got it up here, we got all kinds of goodies. He's actually gonna do the oil change where we let that manifold cool off a little bit. But like I said, we got full ignition tune-up going on, weather stripping, air filter, PCV valve, gaskets, exhaust gaskets, if it is just that. Actually, new mirrors, the sport mirrors, new springs, everything. So, like I said, he's gonna get the oil change done while it's cooling off and then tear this exhaust off. And I just want to mention, this exhaust is completely original. Like I said, California truck, complete with cat, everything. It is pretty crazy because you would never see this up in Maine. Again, you wouldn't see this either. Look at the rockers and the cab mounts. Very unheard of. I mean, the body's beat up, scratches and stuff, and a little bit of rust here and there, but there's no rot. It is solid. So we're actually going to be, this is going to be another video, we're going to be enhancing some of these rust spots and adding more, and then giving it that patina look a little bit more, and then clear coating this thing. That is going to be the look. He's here. All right, he's got the air intake all off, the AC all off. That's actually a pain to pull that AC. And we're down to the header slash manifold. So now we can see it, actually see it and get your hand around it and check for leaks. So we're going to fire it up. Okay, bud, fire it up. It may be the pipe. I'm gonna get a mirror on that.
Yeah, I know. It's just feeling.
All right, so I believe it's coming from underneath this heat shield. right there. So he's gonna go ahead and pull the full manifold off. We'll probably end up having to rip that heat shield off so you can find what I guess would be a crack, and then obviously we'll do the gaskets. All right, Evan got it unbolted, but it looks like we found the problem. The
rest of the thing's not loose yet.
That's all solid. That one piece is literally dangling off, so we got a break right at the joint there. So he'll finish taking it off. We'll pull that heat shield off, and maybe we can just weld her up. All right, on these trucks, kind of sucks where they stuck the distributor way down here on the passenger side fender well, but Evan's already gone ahead and pulled the inner fender well out apparently, so he went hard at this thing. I was wondering what he was doing over here. It actually looks pretty darn good in here. Anyway, so he's gonna do the cap and rotor on this side while he's at it. Like I said, we got everything to do a full tune-up, so he's gonna do a lot of this stuff while we're doing other stuff. And he also got the header pipe off. I'm gonna find it. All right, let me find out. All right, there's a good possibility we're gonna have to replace this because this, I don't know what exactly is broken. We're still gonna take this off. I think this, yeah, this arm's broken in here. This one's broken. I mean, this thing was broken everywhere. So I don't even know if welding's gonna be an option, but let me pull this shield off and we'll figure out if we're gonna bother with it. It's only like 80 bucks for a new one, but this being a budget build, we're gonna try to keep that down. All right, here's an update on the exhaust header and or manifold. Basically, it's that bad. When we took the heat shield off, it literally fell apart in essentially 4 pieces. This is separate, this is almost separated, as well as this one here. That is bad. I mean, if it was a crack like this, I was gonna try to weld repair it. However, that is definitely not gonna happen. So I went ahead and found the Dorman replacement. We got that on order, as well as a new O2 sensor. So there's that. That's on hold for a little bit. You won't really notice it in this video. But Evan's over here. He's doing he's gonna finish with the tune-up. So he's doing plugs and wires. The plugs are pretty worn, weren't they? Did you chuck them all already?
They're already on the floor.
The plugs.
Oh, trash can.
But the so he's wires, cap, rotor, everything. New plugs, gaskets, air filter. Here's your new cap rotor down here. Yep. And they put it in a really funky place on these trucks. And the plugs were definitely in need of replacement. Very worn. Nothing really crazy, but very worn. And again, he took the inner fender out as well to get to the distributor cap. Just made it a little easier. And now he's doing some routing. So doing some basic maintenance on it, as well as an oil change while we wait for that header. And we noticed a pretty good leak on the valve cover, so we're gonna do that as well and hit all these little things at the same time. I just want to quickly show you guys inside the distributor cap here. It definitely was in need of a replacement. This thing was in desperate need of a tune-up, which is perfect because that's a lot of times when you see the most benefit from a tune-up. And Evan's under here doing a fuel filter, and believe it or not, now that's threaded both ends. Believe it or not, it actually came out. I mean, it wasn't simple, but we got it out. So that is a win as well. Especially up here in Maine, we're not used to seeing this where you can actually get stuff apart. So update on the S10 manifold header. As you know, that was broken in 3 pieces. We couldn't have that. So I ordered a new one from Dorman. So this is our new one right here. Evan's gonna go ahead and get this thing torqued on with the new gaskets. So we got a brand new header or exhaust manifold, or kind of both. But anyway, it's part of the process. So we'll get this thing bolted in here, torqued down. There's only a few things left for the tune-up, and that part of it's done. All right, we just ran into our first problem. Evan was down here trying to connect the exhaust system up to the manifold. As you can see, it's not lining up, and it's pretty hard against the frame, so things need to shift. And you follow it back to the bracket here, where it bolts to the transmission mount, and we start looking at that, and lo and behold, the transmission is not even bolted in, like at all. Either side of the transmission mount, there is no bolts. So we gotta fix that too. I'm just gonna take that bracket for the exhaust out of the equation at this point so we can get the transmission lined up and go from there. I wasn't expecting that. All right, so Evan got it. He was able to undo the bracket, get everything lined up, and put new fasteners in the transmission mount. And the holes were not stripped, so clearly there was an issue at some point that got neglected. So that's back together. He's over there putting the inner fender liner back on, and some stuff to button up under the hood. We can fire this thing up. Hopefully it sounds better than it did. All right, so Evan has now wrapped up the complete exhaust. He's got the new O2 sensor in there. The header pipe's on there. He's bolted down below. We got the transmission mount squared away and some new bolts put in that, so that's a good thing. A complete tune-up has now been done on it, and I guess we're gonna do a startup, hopefully, and see how it sounds, because it sounded terrible last time. All right, immediately sounds better. All right, started up. Sounds much better than it did. Had a pretty serious exhaust leak. The whole exhaust is still on the truck. So I guess let's get it out and see how she runs. All right, so you're listening to the tractor, not the truck right now. Just so there's no confusion. Oop. Definitely gotta fix the reverse lights switch. Yeah. Little one-wheel peel action. Yeah, it wasn't a super exciting video, but we have to do the basics on the truck before we get into anything fun, which lowering it, the exhaust from the cat back, and any of that other stuff we want to do as far as the forced patina as well in the truck. But we got the tune-up done. We got that massive leak on that cracked manifold / exhaust pipe taken care of on it. Next time, I think we're going to pop the driver's side door off. We'll do a video on that and do the door pins, bushings, weather stripping, and the window is falling out of track. So we'll take care of that. Then we also got the bucket seat conversion mod out of a later model S10 Blazer we're going to do. So one thing at a time, we're getting there. And then we're going to do brakes on it as well. But thanks for tuning in. We're going to involve Evan and my other son as well on this build, because it's a safe to fail environment. These trucks are great. I love them. It's a great little truck, and this is going to be a fun little build on a budget, of course, and looking forward to the next one and when we can start getting into the fun stuff. So thanks again for watching. Scott from Customize. Take care, guys.